What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to 3-Star Draw. I'm Down South 77, aka 3-Star Draw, and this here is an adult collector channel. And today on said adult collector channel, we're going to take a look at a figure that you may have heard me say in another video or probably on a live stream that I like that. I definitely want it. I'm not pre-ordering it because I don't feel the need to pre-order every single thing anymore, and I will pick it up later. Well, today I went down to Yojo Depot to hang out with Jay for a little bit and to take one last walk through that store because he is getting ready to move locations. He's moving the store into a bigger location, and I will be doing a video on that when he gets everything moved over. It'll be a little bit, but anyway, wanted to go down and take one last walk through. He was also having a big sale this weekend because that's less he has to move. He did just recently get a shipment in from Entertainment Earth containing one retro card, William Wild Bill Hardy, and I did go ahead and grab this because I was going to buy it the first time I saw it out in the wild, and hopefully it was from him, and it was. So you guys may or may not know, Wild Bill is one of my favorite Joes. He's a top 10 for sure, probably a top 5, and I will buy every version of Wild Bill. I'll buy Ninja Force Wild Bill. If they remake this in neon, I will probably buy this. I will buy this. Anyway, I know a lot of people have already got him, but he's new to me, damn it. So let's go ahead and check him out together. To the Musk.
Yahoo! There she is, partners. The island of no return.
I did go ahead and remove the bubble from the card. We'll look at the card real quick. I do like this portrait of Wild Bill. No real issues with this. Looks like he's got 5 fingers on each hand, as he should. Shadowing looks good on this card. Like, I got no problem with this one. And back here, you do get a little bitty piece of his file card. Not a whole lot. And then you get it in 4 more languages. For some reason, they are still putting that on there. And then there's the cross sale with Techno Viper and Grunt. It has French at the bottom. That's interesting. I just noticed that it's real big. It's got it up here in English, and then down here it's in French. Are they all that way? Am I just noticing the French right there? That's very interesting. Anyway, so these cards are getting better after the whole debacle with the Flint wave, with that horrible Flint card. However, did you guys see Falcon that they revealed at SDCC? They might have hired the Flint artist back, at least to do the heads. Okay, as you can see, I do have a couple other things out here for Wild Bill, and of course I got his partner Sundown, because I think everybody, especially everybody that already has Wild Bill for the Dragonfly, is probably going to partner those two up, because it just makes a lot of sense. So here's how he comes in the bubble. Nothing hidden back here, bare minimum stuff. And I'll go ahead and pause it while I take this out so you don't have to suffer through crinkly. Got that out of the way. So here is Wild Bill. See how he stands, because Wild Bill is not a very good stander of a figure. This Wild Bill, the Dragonfly Wild Bill. So I do have, of course, I had to pull out my V2 Air Cav Scout off the wall for this one. This is one of 3 mint on card Real American Hero figures that we've gotten, and I would love to see that version of Bill next. I kind of thought we all thought that they were going to do this retro card, right? And this was a really smart decision, I think, by Hasbro for doing this. People that didn't get the Dragonfly, of course, Wild Bill has to come with the Dragonfly, so the people that didn't get it, now you have a way to get Wild Bill without paying $100. Of course, we do have the stand here, and let's go ahead and check out his hat. So here's his hat with the molded hairpiece. A little bit darker. I say it's a little darker. Is it? It looks like it is just a shade darker than this one is. They're real close, but this one is darker. And then the tassels are gold. So on the Haslab version, the whole hat band is gold, and the tassels are, unpainted or blacked out, whatever they are. So there's no coloration on the tassels for the Haslab version. And then on this version, retro, the whole band is not painted. It's the color of the hat. And then you get the emblem and the tassels on the front are painted. So I mentioned Bill does not stand very well. So I'll show you the one thing that I hope they changed is his legs are a little bit loose, at least on my version. So I've not really done as much with this Wild Bill as I really would have liked to. Let's go ahead and check out his knife. Kind of a brown hilt, where the Haslab version has black painted blade, and that's a pokey knife. So this is one of the better knives for a little short, just probably, let's say if he's got a bail out, but he got the parachute away, but he's in a helicopter. But as we know, Cobra likes to do that all the time. A little different canopy on the Dragonfly, seeing as how it actually has one, even though it breaks. Here's his pistols that he comes with. That one's a little bent. They're not super gummy. I think that's just from the way that one's set in the package. Not too bad. These could have looked so much better. I like the look of this pistol. It's like a Vaquero or something, like a little short barrel. 45 long Colt, something like that's probably what he would carry. I don't like this gray on these. It makes them look cheap. I like the way that they did the butt, but man, they could have looked so much better. And we've seen them make these pistols look better. Monkey Wrench probably has one of the best looking type revolvers like this in the line. And let's compare these. So really the only difference is the Haslab version, the star is gold, and then on the retro card, the star is just painted in to match the handle, probably ivory or faux ivory. So one thing, I'm surprised he fell over and his glasses stayed on. However, my glasses have stayed on this one for quite a while. I went through all kind of stuff with this Haslab version for those glasses. Heated them, cooled them. A lot of people had a lot of issues with the glasses on those. So let's just take a look at the differences here. Haslab version, his belt, his pouch straps on top of the vest are all painted black, and then over here on this one they're brown. And then you do get, with the detail in his leather work on his vest and his belt, there is a wash on the Haslab version. It looks really good. And then over here, no wash on these. And then here you can see it looks like the steer head is probably embossed leather. And then here on the retro version, it is shiny, so it's a stamped metal. Actual belt buckle down here, painted on the Haslab. It's unpainted on here. So this would be the web gear belt at the top of his waist. Now you can see the differences there. They just hit the Haslab one with some paint. And it looks like this one rides a little lower. But here, you can see the buttons. I think the Haslab should look a little nicer just because of what it is. But I don't knock this one. This one looks fine. Zippers painted on the Haslab. Just little things like that. It's going to have more detail in it. The buckle around the back is painted in with the gold or brass. Up here on top, you can see a different color for the stitching for the pads on the top of his vest. Cinch straps the same back in the back. And they did a little more paint work the same with the holsters as the belt. Just a little more detail work to highlight that leather work. Looks a lot better. I mean, the Haslab one looks a lot better, but I mean, I expect it to. It should. As far as the rest of the figure, it's the same. Looks like this one is a tad lighter. What do you guys think? Maybe just a little bit lighter on the retro card version on the green. At least the legs look like it to me, but I don't know, it may be crazy. So speaking of the legs, a little bit loose on this one. I don't have that on the retro card one. They're not loose, they're not floppy. Torso's a little loose. Of course, he's got the ratchet up there and then swivel at the waist. Let's check out how he moves. Most of these retro cards, I don't know what it is, but most of them move way better than the boxed classifieds. I don't know what it is, but almost every retro that I have opened, they've not needed to be heated or anything out of the package. I've maybe had one or two that needed some heat, but these seem to move a whole lot better. This patch, here he has a Dragonfly patch on the Dragonfly version, different patch over here on this version, and I cannot make out with these old eyes what that is. Hopefully it'll show up on camera. And on camera, you'll probably go, well, how can you not see that? It's real easy. And then over here on the retro, you do have the Wild Bill logo, tampos, whatever that came with the Dragonfly. And on the Dragonfly version, you have the flag, of course, going in the correct direction. And then you have the hair. He matches the cartoon a little bit better, I guess, with the retro card, again, as I feel like he should, for just aesthetics, for being retro. These are usually more cartoon accurate, and then the hair's got quite a bit more wash on it with the Haslab version. Oop. And then, of course, we do have the keyed in attached hairpiece on the hat. And the one thing that I did not get out was his glasses. So let me grab his glasses. Got those out of the packaging. They kind of blend into that bubble. Like, I knew they were in there and I was taking that stuff out. Didn't even think about the glasses. Now, I've heard people say the same thing with this one as with the Haslab. The glasses are terrible. I know lots of people lost his glasses in the Dragonfly and had to like take it out and shake it. I don't really care for these clear ones. Why does this make him look like Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys? And the arm sticks way out. Now, he does have a hair key, so you can put the hat on. And I was able to use that key with the Haslab one to help hold the glasses on. I just got it like right in the perfect little spot. You can see it's got a spot molded in the hair for the arms of the glasses to set in. And what I actually wound up doing with the Haslab one was I heated them up and then I held them in there for, I don't know, probably 5 minutes. I just walked around holding it like that, and it somewhat molded it, and I did it again, and then I think I took the glasses off. I got them molded where they need to be. I think I took them off, put them in the freezer maybe. I know I heated and cooled them a few times. They're really, really flimsy on the arms, even though it's keyed in. You can see how they lay in there till they get bumped. Not really a fan of these clear lenses for him. Should not be able to see Wild Bill's eyes at all, I don't think. So I know they're going to come off when I swap the hair. Let's check him out with his hat on. Because this is, I mean, 9 times out of 10, this is how you're going to have Wild Bill, right? We'll see if we can put him on with the other hair piece, because it does have the same mold indentions in the hair. Most people just take a little bit of sticky tack and stick on there. The only figure I've really had to do that with is Buzzer. His definitely had to have sticky tack. However, the Rattler Baroness has the worst glasses in the entire line, for my opinion. They're terrible. Then probably Buzzer's, and then maybe his. So I've got them on there about as good as they're going to get, but just know if you bump them, they're going to come off pretty easily. So I know that's going to happen, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and put his pistols in and see how well they fit. Wild Bill does use a cavalry draw, which is a version of a cross draw, but it's a cavalry draw, and the butts on his pistols face forward. I know some people spun it around on the Dragonfly version because it has the buckle back here. That's fine if that's the way you want to do it, but they go this way. Sitting in the saddle, reach down. If you're on the right, you reach down and grab the butt of the pistol, and you do it that way, and it is to help with the weight and keep the butt of the gun facing up and not down. Keeps it from falling out easy. So he is not an easily standable figure because of the way that his feet and his boots are. Just so you know, I'm getting a little bit of wiggle up there on the torso now after I moved him around. So just be aware that that's going to happen, because I have not worked the ankles or anything really yet. So, but the way that his pants are made with this flight suit, you don't get a whole lot of play with the ankles like you do with some of the figures. So, and then of course he has the same issue that a lot of the figures with boots or shoes have with these curved up toes. That takes away a lot of the standing surface for him to make contact with. The worst figure in the entire line for that, for me, is got to be Retro Scarlet. That figure has got to be the absolute worst. Let's go ahead and check out him holding his knife. It's a little tiny knife. I mean, the hilt barely goes all the way to the bottom of his hand, but I don't guess he needs a big giant knife. Don't really have anywhere to put one since he spends most of his time sitting down. We'll see how easily we can get his pistols in his hands. That was not too bad. He does have vertical hand articulation on both, as he should. Anybody whose main gimmick is like a shotgun you're going to shoulder, or a pistol like this, like a pistolier type character, all of them should have vertical articulations on the hands. There's very few of these figures that benefit from having horizontal articulation. So, man, he's just not very great at standing, but I'm not going to do a whole lot of posing with him here. Just would be great if he would actually stand for a minute so I can talk about him. Come on, work with me, Bill. All right. And then the other thing, main difference in these two are the gauntlets and the gloves. So I've seen some people that do not like the green gloves. It does look a little weird. It's not terrible, but I've seen people either use spare hands for him, or spare bare hands or spare gloved hands for him. I think he should have come with these hands, match this vest. And it does look like this leather is a little bit closer to what the original, or what the Haslab was. There they go. But either way, I think he should have come with a pair of hands to give people the option. So that's your other main difference, is he's got the nice gauntlets and the brown gloves. That's all, part of the flight, whatever. I do like these. I just like the weathering that they did with the Haslab one. I don't think there's really a whole lot else to show with this Wild Bill. So there's glasses. Tell you what, let's see how retro looks with the glasses for the Haslab version. So, way better. Way, way better. What do you guys think? Do you like the clear glasses? I do like the silver frames. However, I think just for Wild Bill, they should be gold. I don't mind the silver frames, but those clear lenses, man, they got to go. So I'll try one more time to just get him to stand in this vanilla pose here. Because, man, it's mainly the feet on this guy and those boots. I had a little, till I got him balanced right on the shelf, I had a little issue with the Haslab one. He was falling over, and I finally just worked on him and got him where he's balanced. So there he is with Sundown. Like I said, I think these two will probably be together on the shelf a lot. I think a lot of people that have this one, look at that, will probably put him in the Dragonfly. That's probably what I'm going to do. And then this one gets to hang out with Sundown and hunt down bad guys. He's all hunched over just because I was trying to get the weight right. All right, I'm just going to set him there for now. So, Reaction Sunbow Wild Bill says, yeehaw. What do you guys think about Retro Wild Bill? Did you pick him up? I want to know if you pick this guy up, even if you have the Dragonfly version, is what I want to know. Are you going to do what I'm going to do, put this one in the Dragonfly and then use this one? Let me know down in the comments. He's a good figure. Not everybody is a big Wild Bill fan, so I can definitely see him being a pass for some. But if you're trying to put together a bunch of those olive green original Joes, you know, he was part of that second wave. So as far as yeehaws go, there's not a whole lot to this Wild Bill. He does have some issues. He's still got some of the balance issues, still a little bit wobbly. The glasses are an issue. I mean, I like him because he's one of my favorite characters, but he's a okay figure. They didn't do anything really special for this figure. They took away from this figure, who is much better, to make this figure. But again, if you need him in your collection, so he's just very average of a figure. So I have to, as much as it pains me, give Wild Bill a 3.5 yeehaws. Retro cards usually come in a little lower for me than some of the others, just because most of them have a lack of stuff with them. But I would like to see a little bit better figure out of them. Most of them are really good. Like the Viper. The Viper's one of the best. He's one of the best figures in the line. But they're just, some of them, if they're gonna make it to where people can finally get him, if you didn't have Dragonfly version, make him right. Don't make him wobbly. Fix the balance issues, and let's just start molding the glasses on. Cut our losses. Give us a head sculpt with glasses molded on and glasses off. If it's got a character that has a removable hat, work around the glasses molded to the head. I'm pretty sure that's doable. So let me know down in the comments, and I will see you next time on 3-Star Draw.
I guess our work's done here. Come on, Joes. Time to go home.